Welcome to day 7 of the 12 days of master classes. Today we're going to discuss practicing time management. This master class is presented by Talk to Trisha, and as always, I am today's presenter, Yantrisha Coleman. Today we're going to discuss defining time management, benefits of time management, understanding what time management is, practicing time management, and then I'm going to talk about a lot of time management exercises. I'm actually going to um, go through some, and I'm basically going to read the article so that um, you understand fully that the exercises or activities, they're not the same as the tips. So what is time management? Time management is the process of organizing and planning how to divide your time between specific activities. So today is New Year's Eve, and so we're going into 2020, and so we want to get time management down because if you do New Year's resolutions, you want to be able to stick with them. If you're just a person who manifests what he or she wants, then getting time management will definitely help you with whatever you want to manifest. And if you're just someone who wants to do better this year, well, in the new year, then time management will help you with that as well. So this was a great video that I saw. And so this is the 15 steps of how successful people manage their time. I won't go through them, but I have them here. So if you want to screenshot, you can. If not, let me go back if I can. Well, I'll keep going. They do mention the Pareto principle, which is like 20% of your effort goes towards 80% of your results, and vice versa. How do people benefit from time management? Time management means staying on top of your time, life, and activities. And so benefits of time management: less stress, getting more work done, less rework, less life friction and problems, more free time, less wasted time, more opportunities. Time management improves your reputation, less effort on your part, and more time where it matters. And I'm actually going to, let me see. I want to take you to that article that I have. Let's do this. I'm going to escape out of here if it'll let me. Well, let me stop sharing. I am pulling up this article. I didn't think. Give me a few more seconds. Did not think I stopped my video, but I'm going to share. Here we go. Ten life benefits of time management, and I did read through them, but I'll go through each one in more detail. I got this from timemanagementninja.com. So less stress. Managing your time can directly reduce your stress level. You have fewer surprises, fewer tight deadlines, less rushing from task to task and place to place. You get more done. Of course, being productive is one of the main goals of time management. When you are aware of what you need to do, you are able to better manage your workload. You will be able to get more of the right task done in less time. Less rework. Being organized results in less rework and mistakes. Forgotten items, details, and instructions lead to extra work. How often do you have to do a task more than once? So that's something you ask yourself. Or make an extra trip because you forgot something. Less life friction and problems. How often do you create your own problems? Whether it's a forgotten appointment, or missed deadline, not managing your time results in increased life friction. Avoid creating your own problems by planning and preparing for your day. You have more free time. You cannot create more time, but you can make better use of it by managing your time. Even simple actions like shifting your commute or getting your work done early can produce more leisure time in your life. You have less wasted time. When you know what you need to do, you waste less time in idle activities. Instead of wondering you should do, what you should be doing next, you can already be a step ahead of your work. You get more opportunities. Being on top of your time and work produces more opportunities. And luck favors the prepared. That should have been my food for thought, but I have another one for y'all. Improves your reputation. Your time management reputation will precede you. At work and in life, you will be known as reliable. No one's going to question whether you are going to show up, do what you say you're going to do, or meet that deadline. You have less effort. Common misconception that is that time management takes extra effort. To the contrary, proper time management makes your life easier. Things take less effort, whether it's packing for a trip or finishing up that project, and more time where it matters. Managing your time is allotting your time where it has the most impact. Time management allows you to spend your time on the things and the people who matter to you most. So I'm going to pull this one up too because this is the activities, but we'll go over that later. So let me go back to my PowerPoint. All right. Okay. There we go. Practicing time management. So in order to practice, you must first understand. So time is a limited resource. Understanding time management allows you to see that when you waste time, you are wasting something that cannot be replaced. So once that hour is gone, once that day is gone, once that week is gone, month and year, you can never get it back. You can make more money, but you can't make more time within the confines of 24 hours a day. You will also find it easier to commit yourself to improving performance and productivity. So 7 elements of time management: clear vision, you know your priorities, so you focus on value, lose urgency, you purge waste, stop struggling, and then you plan and escape from your busy schedule. So you plan your breaks, you plan something that you do that recharges and refreshes you. And those are elements of time management. So if you have a plan or a calendar, whatever, those elements should be in your time management practice. So this is a time management matrix. There are a lot of them. One of them I talked about yesterday was Eisenhower matrix. This is one, I think this is Stephen Covey's, what he talks about in his books. So you have urgent and important, that's crisis, that's pressing problems, that's deadlines, that's that needs your attention right now. So then you have the next box, it's important but it's not urgent. So that's preventative measures, that's building relationships, recognizing new activities, planning recreation, that's under the quality time quadrant. Uh, Not important but urgent, those are distractions when people just pop in, call you, we need this report right now. Popular activities, a meeting, like everybody, let's go into the conference room. Those are urgent, but it's not important. Not urgent, not important. Those are time wasters. That's busy work, that's phone calls, time wasters, things that don't help you towards your goal. So our question for our masterclass today is, what do you want to do more of with your time? So on our Instagram, on our Facebook, type, what do you want to do more of with your time in 2020? So 7 steps for better time management. Plan your day the night before. Prioritize and stay focused. Cut off distractions. Don't multitask. Like, no matter what advice is out there, you can't be good at multiple things at the same time. You have to take it one task at a time, one activity at a time. Schedule your break times. Find your most productive hours and accept your limitations. So, some time management practices: keep a time log, keep track of your time for a week to get the best picture of your life. Do the most important task first. You'll already have a successful day. Once you get those first 2, 3 tasks done, it's a successful day. The 6-12-6 rule. So you check your inbox for 20 minutes at 6 a.m., 12 a.m., and again at 6 p.m. Sleep hygiene. Develop your emotional intelligence. Leave buffer time between tasks. Outsource or delegate tasks to other people. This is someone else. Make sure they know what's expected of them. Don't look at the whole totality of your to-do list. Focus on one task and then move on to the next. So again, don't multitask. Do one task at a time. And wake up early. You know, you can feel calm, collected, and accomplished. When you rise early, it allows you to do other things first thing in the morning, like I mentioned yesterday in day 6. You can exercise, meditate, whatever you need to do. Plan for your day as well if you don't do it the night before. So we have time management shouldn't take your time, but rather make extra time for you. And so then we have our time management exercises. So I'm going to get out of this and share my screen again. Here we go. And share. Okay, back. So the mayo jar. This demonstrates the importance of doing the most important task first. You have an empty jar and some rocks, smaller rocks, gravel, sand, and water. Depending on what objects you put in first determines how much of the other items you can put in afterwards. If you put sand in first, nothing else will fit except some water. If you start with the big rocks, our most important task, and go down, you can fit some of everything in. Delegation skill practice. So that says in this time management activity, the scenario is that you have a new assistant and can delegate some of your tasks to the assistant. You have the group divided in groups of 3. So you have a delegator, an employee, and an observer. The delegator practices delegating. The observer has a sheet that helps give feedback on how well the delegator did and what they need to delegate well. And each person gets a turn. I'm going to skip that one. Each person, Times Square, each person gets 3 pages with 24 squares that represents 24 hours of the day. On the first page, participants fill it out with routine activities of their day. The second page is for the non-productive time they use at work. On the third, they add everything from the other 2 onto it. The empty space left is productive time. Then you can see what you can reduce and eliminate to increase your productive time. Arrange the cards. You divide into groups of different teams, and each team gets a deck of cards that they're supposed to arrange in a set order defined by as fast as they can. So it's a competition or something you can do with friends if y'all, or a networking group, however you want to whatever group you want to do this with. So you allot 5 minutes to strategize and practice, and then do 3 rounds. And this teaches the importance of planning, having a good strategy, and delegating tasks well. Circadian rhythms. In this time management activity, each person has a paper with hourly blocks. They then list during that time what energy state they are in. For example, are they on fire at 70%, slowing down, and so on. The point is to help people see when their highs and lows are so they can maximize their time better. And as I've said yesterday, day 6 was you do your task when you have the highest energy. They now have apps and they have things that can track that for you. So, technology, but time wasters. So you would give each person or each team, however you want to do it, an envelope that contains 4 index cards, and a time waster is listed on the back of the envelope. So they get 3 minutes to write down as many ways to overcome that time waster, and they write it on one index card. Then they pass the envelope to the next group or next person, and so on. Afterward, each person presents their results. All vote on the best ones, and however you want to go over the results. So this is a activity to overcome time wasters. List and priorities. So you can have individual people or teams, and they have 10 minutes to finish the task. Afterwards, you tally the points, and then you discuss with them how they prioritize, and so on. So you give them a list of tasks, each worth a certain amount of points, and they vary. Puzzle challenge. You give people a puzzle to work on, but you don't give them what the picture looks like. So they don't get the big picture. They just get the pieces. After a few minutes, you ask them what is missing and what is making it difficult. They will most likely say they don't have the picture of what it's supposed to look like. Then you give it to them. The point of this exercise is to show the importance of seeing the big picture when planning and choosing our activities. Breaking bad habits. In this exercise, you work in pairs. Each person writes on a piece of paper what stops them from managing their time more effectively. And so then the two of you come up with solutions, and you can bring it up before the group in turns. This is actually something you could do solo if you wanted to. I think all of them is a way you could figure out how to do it solo. But collaboration, like we said, we're building our relationships more, following up with people that we know. And this is just something you could say like, hey, one of my goals is to build myself professionally, or to get a promotion at my job, or find a new job. And so I want to have a networking night with you all, or let's just have a girls night, or a young professionals night, or whatever group, a mommy night, a parent night, where we do these activities together. And everybody, no matter what you do, you can benefit from learning proper time management. How long is? There are very few ways to do this time management activity. The point is to show, even though we have the same amount of time, how we can view and experience time differently. You have each person stand up, sit down, or close or open their eyes once they think a minute is up. They will see that most people sit, stand, or open their eyes at different times. So it's just your concept of time. Ace of Spades. You'll have 2 volunteers and 2 decks of cards. The 2 volunteers race to see who can first find the Ace of Spades. One deck is in order and by suit, and the second deck is mixed up with some cards turned backward. The point is to show how organization can affect time management and your productivity. The ribbon. The point of this time management activity is to show how much time we really have in our lives to accomplish things. The length of the ribbon represents our life. Throughout the activity, you can cut parts off for the days we take off, for the time we sleep, for the time we eat, for sick days, and so on. In the end, you have a ribbon much shorter than we first thought. It shows the importance of using the time we have well. So I think that would be fun or eye-opening for a group or for you to do with your family, whoever. Money value. Each person breaks down their activities into cost and profit centers. Then they focus on investing their time into the activities that yield the greatest value. So that could be a solo or a group activity. Performance review. This can definitely be done on your own, but I think it would be fun or it would help you get on the ball especially if you had to present this to whatever group you're with. So each person writes out 10 tasks that they did the day before. Then on another paper, they write out 5 topics they think they will discuss at their next performance review. They then look at both papers to see if their tasks match what is important for their performance review. So this doesn't have to be for your employer or for your actual performance review. This could just be for I'll use myself. I want to buy a certain amount of businesses in 2020. I want to get a hobby. I want to spend more time with my children and be more connected with them. And so my performance review would have those as my objectives. And so I would see if what I'm doing every day matches the topics that I have on my performance review. So the last one, I really like this one, and I've actually done this before at a former employer. 86,400. So we have 86,400 seconds in a day. So each person has $86,400 to spend. Or you can have it done as a team where they have a flip chart or paper to write out how they would spend the money. The only restriction is you have to spend it all in one day or you lose it. You can't save it. You can't roll it over. You can't say, okay, in 6 months we're going to do this, this, and that. It has to be spent in one day because this represents our time. So what we don't invest wisely, we lose. You can't save your time for later. So I just wanted to go through. Oh, there's more. Sorry. Colored blocks. There's one more. I just like the 86,400 activity. Color blocks. With this activity, each person gathers as many blocks as they can in 1 minute with their non-dominant hand, and you get a point for each. So my non-dominant hand is my left hand, even though I can do activities well with my left hand, but I write and I would say my dominant hand is my right. Then you can play it again with different point values for the different colors. The point of this exercise is to teach prioritization. So some people they do things well with both hands, but you pick your non-dominant hand. I would say that's the hand that you don't dominantly write with. So if you're left-handed, you would choose your right hand. If you're right-handed, you would choose your left hand. So I'm gonna stop sharing and say hi again and then share my PowerPoint. Here we go. I'm getting the hang of this. And so the website, exceptionalskills.com /time-management-activities. And then you can have that in writing. You can print it, copy and paste to a Word document, however you want to do it. And do this with your team, with your family, with a group of friends, and practice time management skills. So our food for thought is you take care of the minutes and the hours will take care of themselves. I thought that was good. Like, I figured reading the activities, reading the benefits would be more beneficial than me like giving y'all a life example like I've been doing the past couple of days. So join us again for day 8. It's only 12 days of master classes, so we have 5 more including day 8, but it's gonna go fast. We're together till Sunday. So I'm gonna sign out. Bye, everybody. Uh, Happy New Year, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yes.